Mesa. As a full Mesa carrying shaman, I open my Mesa up to the energy of the vortex of the world. I open it up because I am connected to the Star Nation. I can call down the energy from the stars and the heavens into my Mesa. I am the caretaker of the earth. I bring up the earth energy into my Mesa. And my Mesa is what I use in healing the clients. And I work with the sacred stones. These stones have come from different places, and they all have an energy around them. There's some crystals in here. I have a little bit of sage in here because I feed my Mesa sage. I give it energy. It has a power. It's an energy form. And if you could see it through your third eye and see the energy, you see a vortex of energy that's being set up to the Mesa. And I've set this Mesa up here in this sacred valley in what I call home in Moab, Utah. It's in Moab. It's part of the four corners that the Hopi say are the womb of the Mother Earth. It's surrounded by the mountains, and if you look on the map, you'll see the San Juan Mountains, you see the La Salle Mountains, you see all of these mountain ranges that make this womb, and in this womb is a vortex of energy. Sedona is part of that Four Corners area, and people come to Moab all the time to feel something that they're not quite sure what it is. They think it's because they want a mountain bike and it's so fun to do the slick rock and they want to be in the Jeep, and what they're really feeling is this energy of healing that is here, that draws people. Most people come into Moab and they stay for a short period of time and then they move on. They transition through, but they get healing here. And that is why I have called this my home, because the first time I drove through this valley, I knew that I was connected to a source that was going to feed my soul with energy. It was going to bring out the shaman in me, bring out the energy of a healer. A shaman is a healer. It's walking through and connected to who I am and my true identity as a healer. And I'm a healer. And so this open Mesa is a very sacred thing. And to open your Mesa means you're opening up to allow the energy of an area to come in, and that Mesa can come out and heal. I could tell you all sorts of stories about the stones in this Mesa, but they came through sacred ceremony. There's a couple of stones in here that came from the mountains of Peru, Mount Elizabeth, and they were given to me. I have the story about my Mesa is that when I first started becoming a shaman, I had 3 stones, and I brought those stones to ceremony, and we did all this ceremony for a week. And then we did fire ceremony. At fire ceremony, I lost my stones. They were gone. And I went into the sacred ceremony with the group, and I didn't want to tell them I'd lost my stones, that they had left. And I wasn't told I was lost, I was told they left. So I talked to the head shaman, and I told her in the group that I've lost my stones. And she said, you didn't lose them. They went away and they'll come back. And I said, well, how can I be a shaman without my stones? And she said, Christy, quit worrying about it. It'll work itself out. So we took a break. And all of these people, there were like over 100 people in this group that I didn't know everybody. They came up to me and they said, pick one of my stones. I want you to have one of the 3 sacred stones that I have. And I want you to put that in your medicine bundle. And so I ended up with 7 stones, which is very significant to the 7 chakras, the sacredness of 7. And you can look into that. We'll talk about that later and in another time. But I got 7 stones that were given to me by people who were willing to give me one of their stones. Now, the key point of this is that point in my life, I was living in a community where I wasn't fitting a religion that I was told to fit. And I wasn't doing things the way I needed to do that. And one of my children had strayed from the group and was doing something different. And there was a lot of criticism going on. And when I went into this shaman work, which was only 13 miles from where I live, and when I registered, I thought it was going to be 13,000, which would have been nice, or 1,300, but it was 13 miles. I didn't want anyone in my community to know I was doing the shamanic work, because they would have ostracized me from the community because it's not something that would have fit in their religious format. And so I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden when these people gave me these stones, I'm sitting there and I'm breaking into tears because I'm understanding that I was literally hiding, not wanting people to know that I was in this shamanic group, and I was hiding from not wanting the people who were throwing stones at me to know about the people who would give me stones. And there was this big shift in my life at that time where I could actually become a shaman, because I went, I want to be with the people who give me stones, not the people who are throwing stones at me. So there are 7 sacred stones in my Mesa. They came from a gift from people that have so much beautiful story and energy to me. And then the other stones have accumulated over time, and there's a couple of crystals in here too. So this is my Mesa. And what I'm going to do now, since I've introduced you to the Mesa, is I'm going to do that ceremony that is bringing in bands of protection. And I will talk a little bit about what I'm calling in as I'm doing it. This isn't so much an explanation, it's just the ceremony. So I will start the ceremony by bringing energy from the earth in, energy from the heavens down. And that is because I have the Earth Keeper rights that I'm going to pull up, and I have the Star Nation rights, and I'm going to bring those together in my heart.